Welcome to the second week, guys. You made it through the first one. Congratulations. So before we actually start to dive into the week 2 material, a couple things I'd like to mention. First and foremost, if you did not finish taking your first week's quiz, as I mentioned in my email yesterday, I will be happy to give you this first week freebie extension, as I know the first week can be rather discombobulating. So shoot me a message through the messages link so I can reactivate it for you, and just make sure you get that in by the end of the week along with your week 2 assignments. Speaking of assignments, make sure that each and every week you shoot over to the lessons link on the menu bar to the left. Before you actually delve into any of your studies, go through all the lessons, as that's going to give you a bunch of information regarding learning material for the week and assignments, how to submit them, how to complete them, etc. All the instructions that you need to successfully complete each week's amount of work and studies. So do that before you actually start anything. It's a good routine to get into if you're not already doing it. As far as assignments go, you have 2 assignments that are going to be due this semester that are going to take more than just 1 week to complete. First is a research paper. That's going to be due during week 7. Again, a research paper doesn't happen overnight as far as developing one. So I actually posted all of the research paper instructions in the week 1 lesson under assignments. So make sure you go there, check that out, print it out. It's got a lot of great resources that'll help guide you through the research paper process, my grade sheet, some helpful resources and tools. Check that out. And make sure you're working on that continuously throughout the next 6 weeks before it's due Sunday of week 7. Another assignment that you have are 2 case study assignments. One's due during week 4 and one's due during week 8. And these case studies are such that in each of the 2 assignments, there are 10 case studies presented to you and a series of questions that are asked and mandate short answers. Again, so it's roughly 60 questions in the entire first case study, and then same thing with the second case study. So it's something you should perhaps do 1 or 2 case studies each week. So by the end of, say, week 4, you don't have to do all 60 some odd questions. You've been working on it continuously. It won't be so overwhelming. The same goes for the case study that's going to be due during week 8. I'll get you that information during week 5 after you complete the first one. We don't need to get too crazy here and get you overwhelmed. But again, I've put those case studies for the first set that's due week 4 in the assignments area under the first lesson that I presented to you last week. So again, go there, print it out, and continuously work on that for the next few weeks so you can pace yourself accordingly. As far as grading and feedback goes, something I know that has all of your interest. It did mine as a student, that's for sure. Each Monday following the Sunday due date, I will start grading the assignments that you presented from the week before. And I will typically have those grades completed with feedback associated by the Friday following the due date. So within 5 days following the due date, I'll have all of that information listed in your grade book. Now, mind you, I usually get those completed earlier, and I will send out an announcement when I do finish the grading for that week, so you'll know when I have finished them all, so you can go back and check it out. And I do recommend you go look over my feedback, whether it's on the quizzes or whether it's on your written assignments, forums, anything. Go back, click on the gradebook area, and for whichever assignment you want to look at my feedback, click on that assignment, say the week 1 forum. And when you click on that, feedback will come up in the right side of that box. And there may be some attached documents depending on the assignment. If so, open those up, review everything. And of course, if you have a question about anything that I've left as far as feedback, or have any concerns, just shoot me a message and we can discuss it further. I want you guys to feel comfortable with understanding why you were graded accordingly and how you can improve yourself, since that's part of the teaching experience, is to learn from where you may not be doing your best work and how to improve upon that, and where you are doing a really great job and how to continue with that mindset. So again, I'm always here to discuss things further if you have questions, and if you find an error anywhere in grading, of course, or question it, feel free to come to me. It's an open door policy. And forums, speaking of, I appreciate all of you getting involved in the introductory forum last week. And now we're going to start diving into topics that relate to pathophysiology and anatomy and physiology. So let's get in there and really get some deep conversation going back and forth with one another. And in order to do that, it is really helpful if each and every one of you can get in there and post by midweek, Wednesday or Thursday at the latest, so that we have the latter half of the week to actually discuss things. Discussions don't go very far if all the postings are done on Sunday of the due date. So try to get in there, get really involved, share your opinions, share your insights, your perspectives, your experiences. You guys have so much to offer one another and me. So let's make it really intriguing and really thought-provoking and spend a lot of our time in there throughout the course of the next 7 weeks. And lastly, if you have any questions, as I've stated before, if it's something that you think the rest of the class is going to benefit from, please post it in the forums area. There's a special Q&A section. You can put it in there. And if it's something that's more personal and you'd rather speak to me on an individual level, just go ahead and send me a message through the messages link. I'll get back to you and we'll discuss it on a one-to-one level. And that's all I have for this week. You guys go ahead, get started in that second week's lessons. Let's roll through the week and I'll see you again next week.